Right, let's go to the calls. Let's go to Darren, who's a Spurs fan. All right, Dazza? Good evening.
Hi.
Go on, Daz.
Good evening.
What did you make of it today, mate?
It was diabolical. It was like watching ghosts. I've never seen something so boring, rubbish. Absolutely might as well have stayed at home and not wasted my money. That was crap.
Who's to blame for today's performance? You know, because people are going to say Conte, but I mean the players out there, shocking.
The reason why I say Conte is simply because I don't think it's going to work at Tottenham. We don't get the players he wants because he wants a high-class player, and we don't go for that type of player. We don't have the money. We've got a £1.2 billion debt. We can't afford it. So why we went for him in the first place, yes, fans were happy. But in the end, we shouldn't have gone for him. We should have gone for a manager that can build up a squad and make them better instead of a guy that wants a high-class squad.
I think as well, Darren, you have to look as well, where would Spurs be without Harry Kane? You know, Harry Kane has kept fit this season. Imagine Harry Kane picked up an injury. You know, you're probably going to drop even more points.
But Harry Kane is getting not enough supply.
No, he's not.
And the other problem is that back four. I'm sorry, but that's coaching. Some of those mistakes that is like watching kids make when they're learning. These are grown men. These have been paid a lot of money to play football. And they've been at Spurs for years, and we've had a number of coaches there try to coach some of these guys up, and they're not improving. So, to me, it's partly his coaching.
Yeah, and they're not good enough. They're not good enough, Darren. Tanganga isn't good enough. He's not been good enough for 2 seasons. He wasn't good enough at fullback, and you're playing him on the right side of a free. It's crazy.
But also, you look at other defenders that have been injury-prone. Like, for example, Ledley King, Paul McGrath. Some of them couldn't even train most of their careers. And they got there and they put in a performance.
It's because they're top players.
Yeah, but we've got fully fit players, and they couldn't hit a barn door if they tried.
I just don't think that the formation that we're playing, Dazza, it's like I looked at it today and I looked at the back three and thought, we're onto a hiding here. You know, I was surprised that Royale didn't play. I thought, look, I'm one who's dug out Emerson.
He was
brilliant against Man City. How do you think he feels today? He's putting his best performance in a Tottenham shirt against Jack Grealish last week, and then he's out the team. But that, for me, you look at it and you go, well, if you're talking about harmony within a squad, you know, if you're going to drop a player when he's played his best game in the shirt,
yeah, I agree.
Like, he's going to go, hold on a minute. What's going on here? You
have to look at the manager. Because the manager's come back and his assistant had it last week. Now, how come they looked a lot better last week than they ever did under Conte?
Yeah, but I think last week when you're playing against Manchester City, team, you pick up your performance. You know, a lot of teams do that. But you've had Mourinho. Mourinho couldn't get the best out of these players. Now you've got Conte in. Spurs fans were buzzing with Conte coming in.
He got us to a final and we sack him.
Exactly. But he still wasn't getting the best out of some of these players. What do Spurs need in the future then if Conte's not the answer? Who is?
Then that manager doesn't exist anymore. He's not alive. The one we need is someone like Brian Clough, who will tell him as it is and stop treating him like pampered pooches.
I don't think it's about the manager. I really don't think it's about the manager. I don't think whoever you bring in, you could bring in Pep into that team. And at the end of the day, the players are not good enough. Unless there's investment, big investment in terms of bringing in top quality players into the team. You know, you've got players there. Tanganga, not good enough. Erik Dyer, he's been at the club for 9 years.
Longley, not good enough.
Longley, brought him in, not good enough. No. Ben Davies, really good. I like Ben Davies. He's steady Eddie, but he's been at the club for years.
Perisic, wing back, not really good enough to play every game.
You got Fraser Forster coming in. You know, he's second choice to Hugo Lloris. Why are we not going to play? Why are we not trying to sign a goalkeeper who's better than Lloris or can compete with Lloris? He's only ever going to play when Lloris gets injured.
Do you think as well, Bentancur, Højbjerg, Son, Kulusevski, Kane, just get fed up with the back five? Sometimes when you're playing, Jamie, you look back and conceding these easy goals, it kills your confidence as a forward. You're like, we've got to score 5 goals to win a game against Leicester. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not good enough, and Spurs need to give Conte the money to bring in 2 more centre-halves, you know, a left wing-back who can play every game, a younger one.
Yeah.
You know, they've got a right-side one now. And like Spurs fans are saying, they need that investment. Otherwise, it'll be even tougher next season, mate, to get in top 4 than this season.
Yeah, all right. We ain't getting in the top 4 this season, that's for sure.